Hi guys, my name is Emma. I wanted to kind of talk you guys through some of my inspiration for the year of 2025. I specifically wanted to talk through inspiration for sewing and knitting patterns for 2025. If you were familiar with my channel and my videos, you may or may not know that I have an Etsy shop and I sell sewing patterns mostly on there. I have a few knitting patterns too. Pattern making is just one of my passions. 2024 was a pretty busy year. We had a lot of changes. I just didn't get around to releasing as many patterns as I wanted to. And so I'm feeling really inspired this year, and I really want to dive into pattern making again and just release some new things. So I just wanted to walk through some of my inspiration and things that I'm excited to design and create. I've mostly done sewing patterns. That's kind of what I'm an expert in. It's what I went to school for. I've also kind of dipped my toes into knitting patterns. I'm very much into knitting right now. When it comes to crafty things, I love to make clothes. So I do know how to crochet, and I'm not opposed to creating crochet patterns, but I do feel like knitting creates a better clothing item and wearable piece than crochet does. Crochet is kind of bulky and stiff. I'm definitely leaning towards knitting this year, and I'm very excited about it. Anyways, let's just dive into some of the inspiration. We're gonna start with one that I'm really excited about, and this cute little Peter Pan collar shirt is a pattern that I want to be working on. So I've already kind of started it. I kind of already have a pattern, but it needs a little bit of perfecting. I love wearing this shirt under sweaters and stuff. I just think it is so cute and just adds a lot of interest into an outfit. And so I do want to turn this little button-up shirt into a pattern. And I would love to also just have a few more colors, ones that I can wear in the summertime, also just different patterns to add more interest to like different sweaters. I really want to do that. So I have some inspiration for that. With all of these ideas, I really need to sit down and figure out exactly what I want out of the pattern. Like, do I just want to offer the one color, or should I offer multiple colors so that you can make many different types of shirts or different types of sleeves? It's kind of why I'm bringing this to the table, because I would love to hear your guys' insight also to see what you're interested in creating and what would be appealing to you. So let me know what your thoughts are. I definitely want to create a sewing pattern for a little button-up shirt with this cute Peter Pan collar. Some kind of Peter Pan collar. Along the same lines as that, I would love to create a knitted version. I feel like in the crafty community, you get people who dabble in some or only do one thing. Like, a lot of knitters only knit. They don't also sew. I do a variety of things, or you maybe sew and you don't knit or something. So I kind of just want to create patterns for all of the creatives out there. So I want to make a sewing version, but I also would love to make a knit version. So here's kind of some of my inspo. I first got this idea because of this collar, which is removable, and you could put it over anything, and I would love to create a collar like this too, just some sort of accessory. It's almost like just putting on a scarf rather than putting on a whole additional layer. So I like that idea. I like, you could also do that with a sewn one too. This particular photo of the knit collar accessory made me realize that I would love to have a whole like knit Peter Pan collar shirt. Another reason why I love this idea is because of this photo that I came across where she is layering 2 knit pieces. She's got a knit shirt on and a knit sweater on, and I've never seen anyone wear knits like this before, and it's just really cute. Honestly, it feels really chic to me. I love the idea of having a knit shirt that has the collar on it that you could layer under one of your favorite sweaters, and it's definitely a wintry vibe. I'm thinking I will probably make it from cotton just so that it's easier to layer, it doesn't get too hot. I think it'd be a really cute design from like mohair or something light like that. I'm not really sure how I want to create the actual top. For the sewn version, I think I want it to be like a puff sleeve with a little bit of fringe, sort of like this on the sleeve, something like that. But with the knit version, I'm kind of toying with the idea of it being very much a boxy fit with boxy sleeves, kind of like this. I could very much do like a puff sleeve version also. I'm just not totally sure yet. I need to kind of nail that down. But I also don't really want like the sewn version and the knit version to be exactly the same. I think it would be nice for them to have some variety. I think right now I'm kind of leaning towards the more boxy look for the knit version, and then like the puff sleeve for the sewn version. Kind of along the same line, I would love to create a really cute pajama set pattern. This would just be a sewn pattern, but I would love to do one that has the cute little collar on it. I actually already have a pajama pant bottom pattern, and so I'm thinking that I would take the sewn Peter Pan collar shirt pattern and the PJ pant pattern that I already have and put them together as one pattern, and it's like a deal. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's like a buy one, get one, but it's just together. I don't know how else to word it. Or you could, if you just like the shirt, you can just get the shirt pattern, or if you just like the pants, you can just get the pants pattern. But if you like both, you can get them together, and it would create a really cute pajama set also. Another design that I have already started and I'm working on are some quilted pants. One of my best performing patterns is my quilted jacket. It does really well. Everyone really likes it. And so I was kind of trying to think of other quilted items that you could make. And I thought of pants. And so earlier this year, and probably like early to midsummer, I created these cute tulip quilted pants. I kind of wanted them to be like a barrel jean shape, but very like loosely barrel jean. I don't like it when they're like massively barrel jean. This probably makes no sense unless you're like really on social media and you understand all of the knitting and sewing and fashion trends. I already created some, but again, they need a little bit of tweaking probably. They're a little short right now. I'd like them to be a little longer probably. That's really the only thing that needs adjusting, honestly. They turned out really good. I love them so much. They are quilted, but I wouldn't say that they're very hot because I didn't put any batting in them, so it's just like the patchwork quilted layer, and then there's a lining layer, and they're just like stuck together. And so really it's more like wearing kind of a thicker jean rather than like an actual quilt for pants. And they're just so cute and darling. So yeah, I would love to bring that creation into the light and create like an actual pattern for it. And I've talked about it a few times before, and I just haven't had the chance to really get around to it. So this year we're doing it. I've also wanted to create a quilted hoodie, something that has like a full hood, kind of like a zip up hoodie. I just think that looks so cozy. It's kind of along the same lines as the quilted jacket, but I think it's very different, a very different vibe. The zip up hoodie is a little more masculine, where the other one is kind of traditional grandma chic. And so yeah, I think it would just be a really cool way to like reach a new sewing style. And it's just like, it's so cozy. I love the quilted jackets. It's really like just wearing a quilt and bringing a quilt everywhere with you. I love it. So I really want to do that. Also, I didn't have this on my list, but I just thought of it. I would love to create a men's version of the quilted jacket. I had someone ask about it kind of recently because of Christmas. She wanted to make a quilted jacket for her dad, but the women's sizing was just not quite big enough for her dad. And also men's sizing is very different. They've got longer arms and broader shoulders, and so yeah, the sizing is quite different for them. But yeah, I would love to make a men's version and also a kids version too. Both of them will be in the works. I don't know when I'm gonna get to either of them, but yeah, that idea is in there too. Okay, back to knitting. Something that I am obsessed with right now is knitted pants. I've actually wanted to do this for a long time, but up until recently I've been hand knitting everything, and it's very time consuming, and especially like a project like knit pants that would literally take ages. And so I've never ever attempted it because it would just take too long. I'm sure that I would have lost the motivation. But recently I got a knitting machine, which obviously speeds up that process a lot. So I'm very interested in making some knit pants. Specifically, I came across these cable knit pants, which are so cute. I do think I would do it a little bit differently. I think I would have more cables in there, but it is a really cute idea. And if I can figure out how to do it on the knitting machine, I think that it would speed up the testing process where you kind of have to like work out the kinks and stuff. I could create a knitting pattern, and anyone who's interested, either if they have a knitting machine or they're just gonna do it by hand, can totally do it. So yeah, that's something I want to attempt, but we'll see when I get to it. Next on my knitting, I really want to get into knitting vests. So far I haven't done it. I've just done a lot of sweaters. But so I have some leftover yarn from this sweater that I have an idea for a vest for. I have some leftover gray wool that I would like to make a vest from. I like vests because they are another kind of one of those accessories that just adds a little bit more interest to an outfit. A few years ago I thrifted this wool vest, so I don't actually know for sure if it's wool, but I'm fairly certain, I'm familiar enough with fibers that I'm fairly certain it is wool, and I'm also fairly certain that it was handmade. It has no tags, but I can tell from the way it was knit and the yarn that it was handmade and it's from wool. I've been wearing it every fall and winter for a few years now, and I just love it, and it adds so much interest. And so I would like to create some sort of knitting pattern. I don't know if I would do one just like this pink vest that I have. I'm kind of leaning towards a button-up one. I'm very much into button-up knits right now. I haven't actually done any, but in the year of 2024, I made a lot of just like pullover knit sort of stuff. And I really want to get into button-up knit things. So right now I'm making my first cardigan, but I already have other cardigans like planned. And then like that button-up Peter Pan collar planned. I would really like to make a button-up vest too. Specifically, I think with the gray wool that I have. And again, I don't really know exactly how all of these patterns and designs are going to end up looking. I need to kind of still get some more inspiration and narrow down the design a little bit. And then lastly, I have wanted to create some really cute shorts for next summer. I go in between wearing shorts in the summertime. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't like it. I think because I feel more comfortable wearing longer shorts, but sometimes longer shorts look very masculine, which I'm not opposed to wearing masculine type of clothes, but it's just not quite flattering to my body. And so yeah, I came across these two shorts that felt very girly even though they're longer. I love the scalloped edge on this one, and then on the other it has the little crochet kind of lacy edge, and I think it just is really cute and feminine. And so I would like to kind of toy around with that idea later this year for a pattern. That's kind of all the inspiration that I have gathered right now. I'm sure that as the year goes, I'll get even more inspiration, and I also get really inspired by the fabrics that I source, which I always source fabrics from the thrift store. Not, I can't say always, I would say probably 95% of the time I source my fabrics from the thrift store. Once I get them, that kind of determines what I make from it. I get very inspired by the materials themselves. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you're excited about any of those specific patterns that are in the works, please let me know. I would love to know what I should prioritize first. I most likely will be working on the Peter Pan collar first because that's what I'm most excited about. But let me know what you are excited about, what you would like to see from me. I hope you guys have had a great start to 2025, and I will see you guys in the next video.